A 21-year-old Wendy's crew member has filed sexual harassment charges with the Iron Mountain Police against her former boss. In her statement to police, she's highlighted two incidents, one that occurred in the workplace on April 5th and one that took place at a local bar the following day. The first incident alleges physical and verbal sexual abuse. The second incident involved a male general manager and a female manager in training. The pair reportedly asked her to get drinks with them after a company WrestleMania party fell through. During their time at the bar, both the male and female in question allegedly made sexual advances.
Had kept saying to me that night, like, oh, if you have my back the way that I'll have yours, like, depending on how things play out tonight, you could be manager too. And at first I didn't know what she meant by that until after they were touching each other, like all that happened. They offered me and kept insisting to go to a hotel, propositioning me for sexual favors to become a manager. And I had them bring me home, and I locked the door as soon as I got in. And I had a couple of my friends go out and get rid of them. Like, I was like, I don't care what you tell them, just get rid of them. I immediately called my assistant manager and reported it to her. I talked to another manager of mine that very night. Like, they came over, we had like a little powwow. I did discuss to them what had happened, like what I should do, because I was really scared.
The following day, she filed a police report and contacted corporate officials to inform them about what had happened. She says they responded shortly after, assuring her that he had been terminated.
He hadn't been in, and everything we thought was smooth sailing. Like, we were told to call the police if the person had shown up again. 2 days ago, while I was working, he strolled in out of uniform and was just acting as if nothing had happened. You know, like, we didn't even get a call from our higher ups. We didn't get a call from our GM telling us that he would just be there. And I was in the middle of working. We ended up having the cops come there. And the police officer that I filed my report with, he came up to try to like get to the bottom of the situation. My higher ups talked to him, and as they were talking to him, they had told him that they had reinstated the person who had sexually harassed me. And he looked over at me at that moment, and he gave me an evil smirk. And I was traumatized. I mean, I've not been able to eat or sleep for the past week. He's driven past my house. I live within walking distance of Wendy's. I live in view of it. I don't feel safe. I didn't feel safe coming forward, and now that I know that they don't want to do anything about it, that they don't believe that it happened because they failed to protect me, I want something to be done about this. It's not happened to only me. There are other women there that have had the same thing happen to them. There are witnesses, there are men that can corroborate things that have happened in that workplace. It can't just get swept under the rug.
Yeah, I've actually seen him make sexual references to the girls and stuff like that about, you know, staying down there longer and stuff while they're reaching around him to grab something out of like the salad cooler, or, you know, trying to, you know, just get around, because Wendy's is not that big, and, you know, it's a smaller area and you have to kind of be close to everybody. But, you know, I imagine that's why he takes the opportunity to do that to the girls and stuff, because, you know, he just thinks it's a funny thing, and it's not. It just makes us feel uncomfortable and stuff. And there's even male employees that he is, you know, ended up grabbing and, you know, threatening, like saying he's gonna knock you out and all this stuff. So he doesn't know when to stop. And I happen to be one of 11 employees who quit because it made me feel uncomfortable, and, you know, it's not appreciated, and I don't want to work at a place like that.
I apparently was the only one that has come forward in the last 7 years, but everybody else who had come forward before that was told to, quote unquote, kick him in the Yeah, that's how it was handled from previous GMs in the past.
We contacted Wendy's corporate office. They responded by saying the Iron Mountain restaurant is operated by an independent Wendy's franchisee. Since it is not a company-operated restaurant, you need to reach out to the franchisee regarding this situation and the personnel policies for his organization. As a company, Wendy's does not tolerate harassment of any kind. We also encourage employees in our company-owned restaurants and at all levels of our organization to use the 24-hour confidential hotline at any time if they have workplace issues or ethical concerns. Our attempts to contact the GM in question at his Wendy's location went unreturned. The owner and his consultant referred our station to their lawyer last week, who said they had no comment other than our belief, based upon the investigation that has taken place so far, is that the accusations are unmerited.